Welcome to the Sunday Night Talk, the show where we answer the questions: were the games we watched on Sunday the greatest part of our day? A distraction from our family? Or a way to relive our childhoods? Have you ever thought, why don't they play football like they used to? Can you remember waiting all week just to watch one matchup? Do you remember rushing home to watch SportsCenter? Do you even remember what SportsCenter is? If you can answer yes to those questions, this is the show for you. I am your host, Patrick Ramirez, and along with me is my longtime friend, Omar Carmona. Each week, we watch as many games as we can to see what made us laugh, cry, and genuinely drove us absolutely crazy. And we do that by giving out weekly awards. If you have award winners yourself, you can drop a comment under the video. Thank you so much for listening, and please hit the subscribe button and share with a friend. It's how our little show grows. And if you like what you see, please take a look at my other shows on the channel. There's stand-up comedy, the movie series, and my one-on-one interviews. Now, on to the Sunday Night Talk. All right, everybody, welcome to the Sunday Night Talk. Recording this 10:42 Central Time. Just wrapped up Sunday Night Football. San Francisco victorious over the Chicago Bears. Omar, you had to change your pants before we started the recording.
We had a spill, Pat.
Oh,
it was a spill during. It was a spill during the last drive.
Brought on by the last drive. Okay, so there was a high drama going on here. All right, we had two headlines. Let me do headlines, and we'll jump right into this game. We have QBs of the future battle for the number one seed. Philly makes us remember, and maybe Baltimore is a contender. So no doubt about it. Let's start right here. Scale of 1 to 10. How impressed were you with this 49ers win?
Well, not impressed because there's no defense, Pat. These guys couldn't stop a nosebleed today, and
got to stop on that last drive.
Yeah, but that was a very last drive. Other than that, they couldn't stop these guys. And if you can't play defense at this point in the year, you have no chance of winning in the playoffs. No chance with this defense.
Any thoughts that this is a pretty good Chicago offense? It's probably one of the better offenses they'll face.
Yeah, absolutely. And you say, but then that means you're gonna the only way you're gonna win games is if you're in a shootout.
They look pretty good in a shootout today. I agree. You need some defense, but I think they were up to the challenge today. First play of the game. Let's just jump into the game. Chicago gets a pick six on Purdy off a tip pass. So they get almost kind of a free 7 points on the first drive. And then your text to me is like, typical Purdy. One play, you're already down on your team, Omar. You quit too easy. I don't believe this, Omar. You almost don't deserve these 49ers. No, so you're already down on Purdy, and then he has, I don't know, a career game afterwards. So what was your gut reaction to the pick six?
Well, when I saw the pick six, I thought it was already over. I thought it was already over.
You quit so easily, Omar.
I quit very quickly.
That's why I'm hesitant to take your "we can't stop anybody" prediction kind of lightly. Because you're very pessimistic on your team. And you have been all year. I'll give you that. You're pretty consistent that you have not liked your team.
Right. No. So.
All right. So what flipped it for you? What changed your attitude?
Brock Purdy played probably his best game of the year.
Right back. Okay, we're back on Purdy.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying when he plays like that, then he's running the offense. It's very efficient. They're getting points. They had 19 first down. That's just being efficient.
He was near perfect today, Purdy, with the passing. We've seen him be near perfect passing. I never seen him be this good on his feet. He was almost toe-to-toe with Caleb Williams' feet today. That one move he had near the end zone on the sideline where he juked the guy and then flips the little pass for the touchdown in the corner. I never seen that side of Purdy before. And as banged up as the 49ers are, on offense too, by the way, it didn't seem like there was really anything they couldn't do. I got a little nervous when McCaffrey had to stretch and use the massage gun on him on the sideline, and it seemed like he was really exhausted.
Right.
But I really didn't see anything the Niners could not do on offense. Just as soon as like McCaffrey looked tired, Tungus all of a sudden is catching everything for a first down. So just focusing on the offensive production. How do you feel about Purdy's weapons?
Though they were great today. I mean, but obviously, I don't want to see McCaffrey overused.
Yeah, I think so too. This was just one of those games where it was a heavyweight match, so many body blows. Everybody's just completely exhausted by the end of the game. We had the Chicago receiver, Luther Burden, just laying on the ground after the last play, needed the medic to get to him so he could be attended to as the game ended. Just such a heavyweight Sunday night battle with so much on the line, and we got an offensive explosion. So I'll go through a few of the key points of this game. So we had the Niners had a really strong drive after the pick six to tie it up. Caleb showed a pretty strong arm to Luther Burden, who was a bit of a revelation in this game. Ties it at 14 all. Another deep ball by Caleb ties it up at 21. Purdy has his first running TD. And I never seen Purdy do any celebration dances before, and he was dancing a lot today. You ever seen that dance from him and his teammates? I hadn't.
Yeah, very very R&B, Pat.
Yeah, there was some RB and like a lot of like screaming out. I was like, this is a new Purdy. Who's this guy?
Yeah,
I kind of like it. I like that. Bears tie it up on the first drive of the second half. Bears go for it on a 4th and 5. And you know how I am with going for it on 4th and 5s and third quarters, but if there was any night to go for it on 4th downs, this was the night because they convert it. They tie the game. Now we're at 35 all. And I write down, can any defense stop anyone in this game? Is it just going to be a who's got the ball last situation?
And it definitely felt that way. And when the Bears got a stop at the end and then kicked the field goal, but then that
Yeah.
was actually a huge stop. They only got a field goal, and so that also meant they had to go for a touchdown. After the Niners scored, and that won the game. That it was that stop that I think
Yeah,
obviously
a stop made the difference. They're trying to
that
win
stop
instead
to
of
hold them to 3 points made the difference.
San Francisco then takes the lead with a touchdown. Then we go into Chicago's last possession of the game. They get the ball with 2:15 left on the clock from the 35-yard line. We got a defensive holding on San Francisco, gives Chicago a first down. San Francisco is confused on defense at one point. They call a timeout. Then we got 3rd and 10. We got the pass to Burden. It's short of the first down. He makes the move to get the first down. 2nd and 5, Caleb is pressured, and he misses the open receiver as he's backpedaling, which Collinsworth pointed out a couple times during this game. All the throws he makes, it's kind of surprising the ones he misses. The open receiver he misses. And I almost think like, yeah, but that's kind of what he does. You got to give him a few wild pitches. It seems like that's just how he operates. 3rd and 5. Luther Burden drops a pass, which would have been a first down. Now it's 4th and 5. Chicago takes their first time out. And Collinsworth calls it from the booth. He's like, you got to go to Loveland. He's the most trusted hands. And what do? They go to Loveland. First down.
They go to Loveland.
I almost wish there was a camera on Collinsworth just sitting there gloating, just like, he probably wasn't saying it. He was just kind of smiling to himself. And then they run the hook and ladder play.
Which was, oh my God, I took a deep breath on that one.
Yeah, it was executed really well. I almost wish they had more time to show it again and again, because when he pitches it to, I don't know who he pitched it to, I didn't really think he had a chance at scoring. It seemed like there was 3 49ers there ready to tackle him, but I don't think we saw it that often. So I need to see that again. But in a day, we saw a couple hook and ladder plays today in the NFL. They get to the ball to the 2, they spike it, and then we essentially have the last play of the game. Almost makes you wish they saved that timeout.
Right.
Because they could have had 2 shots. And then we have the Caleb Williams scramble drill, leads to an incomplete pass. I didn't think that play had a good probability of working from the start. It seems like he was scrambling right away, and 49ers pull off the win. So that means next week they'll play for the number 1 seed
And the
in the
schedule
playoffs.
has come out. They will be
Yes.
playing Saturday.
Yes. Saturday night, we will
Uh,
know who will have the number 1 seed in the NFC. Go back real quick, though. Bears get the ball with 2:15 left. What are you thinking? What's the confidence? Did you have thoughts
yeah,
on
no,
what they should have done on defense?
I did not have much confidence in the Niners at that point. That
They even talked a little bit about like, hey, maybe the Niners should start using their timeouts just in hopes of getting the ball after this possession. So
yes,
you were worried.
very worried.
Was your thought Niners start blitzing, just go for broke, or did you think we got to play what we've been playing? Was there anything that you just sort of had in your head? I wish they would be doing this.
No, I just thought that they hadn't shown that defense hadn't shown me. I'm not saying they're not trying, Pat, but they hadn't shown me anything. So at that point, I'm thinking they are going to score.
Hmm.
And at that and once they crossed that, once we got to the 2-minute warning, they're already crossed. They've already passed midfield, and they got all of their timeouts.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, time was
that's
like it was weird. They had the ball on the front side of the 2-minute warning, 3 timeouts, and I think even Collinsworth and I'm saying it to myself. Okay, don't worry about time. You got plenty of timeouts, and you still got the 2-minute warning. And oddly enough, they needed one more timeout by the end of this
yeah.
game to have a possession. They burned it on that one play. But it was funny that it came down to it. My worry when these last drives happen is I always worry about a BS roughing the passer penalty. I worry about a BS pass interference penalty, just something to
Sure.
like skew the drive. Be like, oh, well, they did this. And then I worried about a tip ball. It's like, I don't want this game to end on a tip ball interception or something silly like that. And I was really happy with this play in that last possession. It was good football, strategy, the hook and ladder, time management, executed perfectly, except for if you're a Bears fan, that last play of
Right.
it. So I was really impressed with both teams tonight. And I don't know, I'm not down on the 49ers like you are. I think they find a way on defense. They found a way this last possession. They overcame a penalty. They overcame a trick play. And when they needed pressure on Caleb, they got it. The only other thing, too, I thought both teams might have started trying, like maybe the third quarter, is don't worry
Right.
about blitzing. Let's go to the 3-man rush and just play
Yeah.
coverage.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm grabbing another beer. Give me one sec. But yes, I'm with you on that.
All right, Omar's grabbing another beer. I can tell he's had a emotional weekend. I got a semi hot take that's not good enough for our awards. But watching McCaffrey in the fourth quarter, they talked about his injuries. They talked about how he's in good shape. The guy is a tube of muscle if you look at him on the sideline. And I just thought in my head, if the 49ers do end up winning the Super Bowl this year, I think McCaffrey should just retire. I think he should just call it a career. Be like, I won the Super Bowl. I'm pretty banged up. I probably got other ambitions. Why don't I just retire? And if you guys want to repeat without me, so be it. I don't know. Not really a hot take for the show, but I was like, God,
No.
McCaffrey looks tired.
But every time we see McCaffrey in that uniform, especially, we think of his dad, Ed McCaffrey, being on that last 49ers Super Bowl team.
Yeah. Was he on the last two? Or wait,
No, just
no,
the
no,
last
Cap.
one.
He was, so he was on to the two Denvers and the last 49er one.
Yes, yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, that was my kind of McCaffrey thought. Like, you can just tell when he's tired. Poor guy. They use him for everything, though. Oh, my God. So, okay, big Sunday night. Now, what are your thoughts going into our week 18? Was that Seattle? Seattle's coming to Santa Clara, right? So San Francisco's home again?
Yeah. So no, it's
Wow.
another home game for San Francisco.
Do you just sit down and thank your lucky stars? Number one, the schedule you guys got this year,
Absolutely,
and the
Pat.
fact you
We're in a
got two
position
great home games
where
to end the season?
if we get, I mean, and here's the thing, Pat. I'm more afraid.
Hmm.
of Caleb. Sorry, I'm more afraid of Caleb Williams's Bears offense than I am Sam Darnold's Seahawks offense.
That's interesting. Yeah, who's got the
Yeah.
better offense, Seattle or?
So I think we got a shot with Seattle coming? Absolutely, we do.
Hmm. Yeah,
Yeah,
I would.
I'm more afraid of Caleb Williams with Ben Johnson.
The thing with Caleb Williams too in his second year, he's unflappable. He does not look like the moment's too big for him at all. Maybe starting from just the second half of this season, he looks like he's in complete control out there and confident. And if you look at a couple of games this year where like they went down to last possession, these Bears could have easily won two, three more games possibly this year if it doesn't go if it goes just a little bit differently in the
Right.
execution of the play. So you got Seattle coming in next week at home Saturday night. I got to agree with you. If the San Francisco defense says, "Hey, we stopped the Bears in the last possession," I think we can play against Seattle.
I do. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I don't want to like, yeah. I think I have reason to not have much faith in their defense, Pat. I mean, you know what I mean? But the truth is, I mean, if we're in a shootout, then and Purdy's playing the way he's playing, moving the ball and I'm sorry, moving the chains and using his feet to make plays, that scramble, that big scramble that got him to use check, that touchdown pass to use check. We'll win. I mean, we'll
Mm-hmm.
win. But I'm just saying, if you expect to play a Super Bowl game mid-February, at some point you're going to be in some defensive showdown. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And
yeah.
and
I'm with you. They can't give up this many points. But
absolutely.
then again, that's kind of how they play, though. It's same with the Bears. It's like let's just fast forward to the fourth quarter for these Bears games. It's kind of how they play and just how NFL goes these days. It's like you're going to get a stop when you least expect it. They
I
had it tonight,
cannot
but
believe
the
that we are in this position to play for a game like this on a Saturday night.
it is truly crazy. The other advantage San Francisco has going for them, whatever they lack on defense or due to injuries, if they get home field through the playoffs, I almost think that cancels itself out. They don't have to go anywhere for the next month. They're just going to be at home. They got the crowd. They know they can win at home. I think this is just everything that is on the negative side of them is canceled out if they get this home field. So Seattle's going to come in. They're going to be the underdogs of it. And the concern all week is we're going to talk about San Francisco defense all week. And I think we're going to talk about can Sam Darnold win a big game in December, or it'll be January by that point.
And let's be very honest, it hasn't happened yet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we had that Thursday night shootout last week, but this is another one. There's another one. We got to talk Sam Darnold. And remember, we did all this last year. We had the big win in Minnesota, and then everything fell apart in the playoffs, and they traded him. So, other big games next week. Schedule's got a couple bangers on there. Denver and the Chargers got to fight for that division and seeding, and then this is a good matchup, although the records wouldn't tell you, but this is a good matchup. Baltimore and Pittsburgh basically playing for their playoff lives because neither of them are going to get a wild card. They have to win the division. What are they both like 8-8?
Yes.
And that
Yeah.
game is the Sunday night game next week. So, anything else on Chicago, San Francisco before we go to we roll through the other games?
No, that's just how we move on. The Bears are still the NFC North champions. I don't think they have a chance to be the number one seed because if the Seahawks win, they're the number one seed. If the Niners win, they're the number one seed. So I think that means
Mm-hmm.
every other team is out. So I think Eagles obviously getting a big. We'll get to those, but yeah, it's Niners Seahawks for the whole thing.
How about 49ers moving forward? How important is it to you as a 49ers fan that they win next week? What's their playoff run like if they win? What's their playoff run like if they lose?
If they win, it's just all bets off because like you are playing home games.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you want to believe that that could make the difference.
And if they have to go on the road for a playoff run, how do you see them going on the road
it's going
to?
to get a lot harder. You cannot bring a bad defense with you on the road.
Who scares you the most on offense?
No, if we were to play the Rams, uh,
Hmm.
that's scary. We don't know what kind of Philadelphia offense is going to show up. Um, you know, a Baker Mayfield offense fight, on all cylinders. They haven't made the playoffs yet, but
Hmm.
that's scary. Gosh, the
God, it seems
Bears,
like every single team
obvious.
scares you.
The Bears. I mean, I don't want to play the Bears again.
Hmm.
After looking at that game, why would I want to play the Bears again?
Yeah, it seems like they had a real beat on what they wanted to do and what they could execute. And despite, like, let's just say those two drops don't happen, one from Bird and one from Loveland at those critical moments, maybe the Bears have that extra play
Yeah.
down in the red zone. So a couple of little drops possibly made the difference. I mean, I'm really splitting hairs because they got to the two. They got their one shot at it. But another shot, like if they had two chances from the two, that's a different story. I think they get in. I think they eventually get in. They had another timeout. That means they could run the ball, a whole bunch of stuff. So it seems like you need home field to sleep at night right now. So what's the plan going to be for Saturday night? How are you going to watch the game? What are you going to wear? Any superstitions for you for Saturday
I've
night?
been doing okay. I feel good about wearing this black hoodie. So
Yeah, it's true. It's 2 weeks in a row.
I want to keep my black hoodie on. I'm not going to be wearing any Commanders gear, Pat, any Chargers gear,
Good, good.
Broncos gear. I'm sticking to
Well,
Niners
how
this
many
week.
teams, other teams than your own gear do you have? You got Commanders, you got Broncos. What else you got? You got Chargers too?
Chargers, yeah.
Oh, geez. Well, at least the Chargers are in the AFC. Broncos too. I don't know about Commanders. That Commanders one worries me. I don't think you should have Commanders gear, but I know you do. All right, so you're going to stick with black. And then what's the plan? Do you have to watch the game alone or can people be around you?
No, I can watch it. I just need them to be quiet, Pat. Just a little respect the concentration.
Okay, well that rules out my dad. You can't watch it with my dad. He likes to talk during games. That'll probably throw you off. And then how many text threads are you going to be on during this game?
I think there's one that you and I are on. That sounds like I'll probably be on
Yeah.
that one.
You and
Um,
I are on a few of them. Like we're on we're on a
yeah.
couple text
And
threads
so it's gonna be
with
that one.
half of my family.
That one with the family. I think we're gonna be on. I got one. I got at least two or three other ones, Pat.
Do you have a lot of 49er fans in your
No,
life or are you going to text kind of like are you going to battle in some of
no,
these text
we're going to
threads?
battle.
Yeah, okay. I didn't think I knew too many other 49er fans that were friends of you. Okay, well, the season has gotten now to a tipping point, and we've got one more week till we determine the playoffs moving forward. God, it's getting good. I was racking my brain all week for hot takes and things to talk about, and at one point I was almost throwing around the notion like, let's make the season twice as long. Let's start in
Right.
the middle of the summer, and then that would throw like we'd have to like really properly do some load management with players during the week, and we could get. I was like, I don't know what to do. I was just there's so many things in my head right now when it comes to the last week of the playoffs because not only do we have the seeding, we have all the teams shuffling around for draft order too, and all that
Right.
goes in with that. Okay, so before we go to the actual games, can I tell you I now I'm at the end of my divorce with the Raiders.
Ooh,
Yeah,
let's talk about this.
I'm kind of at the point where this season I know the marriage isn't going to work, and I've totally checked out from the spouse. So like you come down to the kitchen in the morning, I'm reading the paper, and the spouse just ignores me and goes to work, and then I just keep reading the paper. I think that's my status with the Raiders right now because I put the game on Raiders Giants, and I'm not even paying attention to it. I'm just peeking at it, and it just seems every time I put myself in front of the TV to actually watch a play, either Gino got sacked or he got the ball intercepted. I was like, I can't watch a play. I need to walk away and just let this happen. So I'm at that point with the Raiders.
Are you okay with the Niners, the Raiders not showing up today?
Uh,
Are you of the opinion this is a game you are glad you lost?
uh, in a way, I'm split. In a way, yes. In a way, no, because I'm of the
You
belief.
you haven't you haven't had the top pick since Jamarcus Russell.
True. Wow. That's a big one.
Yeah,
That's
that,
true.
think about that. So this is a pick that is going to be expected to change your whole franchise.
Right. You get the number one pick. You're drafting someone that you want to be in your
Well,
franchise for 10 years.
you are not only drafting the number one pick, but you are drafting the number one pick after years of the last number one pick not resulting in anything. I mean, arguably set the Raiders back 10 years.
Yeah, that was a bad one. That was really bad. They
Yeah.
hung on to him way too long. And I
So,
guess you could
you
argue they
know,
didn't do their research on him.
and then after that we had the Gruden debacle. You know,
Gruden was years
they're
after that. Yep.
they had to make a change. Antonio Brown, um, that whole embarrassment that was that few weeks in the in the preseason. What and then
If you left out Josh McDaniels, if you're going to keep turning the knife,
Yeah.
the Garoppolo, you're forgetting all the coaches before Gruden, the Del Rios, the Norv Turners. Yeah, so it's been dark days for the Raiders for a long, long time.
So tell me, I don't know how much attention you've been paying to college, or you already start kind of clicking on those Mel Kiper articles. Are you in for Fernando Mendoza?
Yeah, I think I'm in. I like him. Seems like he's got a good head on his shoulders. We need a quarterback desperately.
He's started a lot of games already in college,
Yes.
which is rare.
Yes.
So where I think now we are in the day and age where we want these kids who are not ready for the NFL, but at least they've played lots of competitive games, competitive snaps. I'm not saying to the quality and talent of the NFL, obviously, Patrick, right? But what I'm saying is just being out there in a meaningful competitive situation, Fernando Mendoza has been out there.
There's a lot of good things about him. There's a lot of boxes that get checked where you're like, this is a guy that can be our guy.
And I think because of NIL, we're going to see like a lot of these schools not only carry a real top dog quarterback, but they're also going to probably be carrying a top dog backup. You know what I mean? And this backup is probably going to have NFL talent, but there's not going to be any game film on him.
Yeah, we see that every now and again. You're right. The Matt Castle syndrome. Yeah.
Yeah, that there was just not a lot of games, not a lot of starts, because at that point he was playing behind Liner, was he not? Years ago. So I just think that a guy like Fernando Mendoza, who has started so many games, and he says the right things, and I think
he's like the perfect guy, perfect candidate.
And maybe it's somebody Brady can instill that TB12 mentality. It sounds to me like Brady is planning on taking a more hands-on role with the Raiders, and I hope that means maybe giving up the analyst gig. I think that's going to be my hot take, that Brady is not going to be doing that stuff anymore.
That'd be tough. Didn't they sign him to a 10-year contract?
Right, and then but I think there's an in ownership for a lot of these guys. Apparently, the new report I read today was Arthur Blank from the Falcons is going to bring in Matt Ryan to possibly do a VP type executive.
Oh yeah, okay, I like that.
But I think that if any of these players really want some financial security, it's going to be try to get some ownership, try to get some real meat in these franchises.
Yeah, that might start a trend of these former franchise players having some ownership. I guess we always saw it. I mean, John Lynch, John Elway, Peyton Manning, like, oh, they had something, but not to this volume that we're
Wasn't
going to
it?
see.
Do you think Peyton Manning's going to come back as a Colt or Bronco?
I would say his heart is with the Colts, wouldn't you?
Right.
I would say that, but I'm not 100% sure on that. I like him around, though. I feel like we got to hear what Peyton Manning has to say on stuff like football, and it's like he's just such an expert of the game. Same with Brady. Brady is really enjoyable today on the call.
He's not knowing. He's getting good.
Yeah.
I just think that this game is just so demanding. Um, Even for these analysts, I don't see how you can be a full-time analyst and really pay attention if you also have like this executive gig with an NFL team.
Yeah. Yeah. I can see the splitting the time would be extremely tough to really focus on either. Maybe someone like Brady can do it and delegate or something like that. Maybe. You don't know. But I do like Mendoza coming to the team. And my question is, do we want to risk a Pete Carroll year that sets Mendoza back is now
I think we're
concern.
safe to say, I think we can maybe talk today is what coaches are out. Because I have a list.
Okay. Well, let's
Pete
go.
Carroll,
Let's do it now as we run through the games. Coaches who are out. So you already made a list
yeah.
of coaches who are out. Okay, let me grab a pen. Go ahead. Start us off. Coaches who are out.
Okay, if I'm going to go to the AFC East, I'm not thinking anybody there. I think okay.
Aaron Glenn Stain.
McDaniels, he's out. He's
Oh, the
not coming.
Dolphins, despite the little surge at the end of the year.
I don't think he's coming back.
Okay, so Miami coach out. Got it.
Okay.
All right, who else you
Let's
got?
go to the North. I don't think Tomlin's coming back.
Is that right?
I think
That's
the
a hot
noise-
take right there.
I think the noise is loud enough. I don't know if Harbaugh's going to come back.
Why do you say that? But they're in the playoff. They're going to be the playoffs, though.
I think Baltimore and Pittsburgh, this going to be in the same stale. They're just very stagnant with their two potential Hall of Fame coaches.
Oh, wait, which Harbaugh? Sorry, I got confused.
Ravens Harbaugh, John.
Okay, sorry, I thought you meant Chargers. Okay.
Okay. I don't think. Okay, I think Stefanski. Put that down. He's gone. He's
That one's
gone.
easy. That's an easy
gone.
one. Easy one. I agree.
He's got to go down for the Shador, and I don't even think it was his fault. But I think he's got to go down for the Shador, Dylan Gabriel debacle.
Right. Yeah. Somebody's got to. Head's got to roll.
And I think the Haslam family set him up for failure. If we go to the AFC South, McCoy is the interim. I think he's just going to stay interim, and then he's not going to be brought back as full time. So
I don't even know who that guy is. What team is he coaching?
Brian Callahan was fired from the Titans. So
Titans, yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, they're probably going to find
D'Amico
a real
Ryans, he's safe. Steichen,
safe.
Steichen, he's safe. I mean, Steichen, because losing Daniel Jones, and I think Liam Cohen obviously is safe. In the West, Pete Carroll's gone. Okay, he's gone.
Pete Carroll's gone. Okay.
Okay. Andy Reid has the election. He would never be fired, from that gig. But it's his
Philly?
choice.
Yeah.
He's coming back.
Okay.
He's
yeah, I'd
coming
agree.
back. But if he doesn't, it was because he chose to not come back.
Yep. Okay. He's a legacy coach. He gets the call.
Harbaugh, Sean Payton, they're coming back. If we go to Mike Kafka and the Giants is not going to hold on to
That's
that
not
job.
going to. Yeah, he's gone.
He's out. Okay, Kafka's out.
So you think you went over the Jets, right? Aaron Glenn going to stay?
Aaron Glenn's going to stay. McDermott's going to stay. McDermott, I don't know, because this may put a star next to McDermott's name. That might be my hot take, Pat, because McDermott.
We've got a lot of hot takes today.
McDermott, this is the best shot the Bills are going to have.
You think this is the best shot the Bills have had? I think it was 2 years ago.
No Joe Burrow, no Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, because of the seeding. I don't think this is the best Bills team we've seen, though.
No Lamar Jackson. Patrick, today, Josh Allen missed that receiver in the end zone for that 2-point conversion. That was not a coach's error. That was
Yep, he missed it.
Josh Allen the MVP missed a wide open receiver in the back of the end zone.
All right, well let's jump to that game
Okay.
because I did sort of watch that
Hold
game.
on. Let me finish.
Okay, go through your coaches.
Dan Quinn's gonna stay, but he is his seat's gonna start getting hot. He'll stay. Um, the in the NFC North, look, Dan Campbell's staying, but I think you got to look at his record without Ben Johnson as his offensive coordinator. It is an ugly, ugly record without Ben Johnson before and after the Ben Johnson.
Yeah, big time regression season for Detroit this year.
LaFleur also will stay, but his seat's getting hot. O'Connell staying, but your seat's at some point going to get hot. But they're all staying, and of course Ben Johnson I think has the safest job in the Ben Johnson and Shanahan, the two guys we saw tonight.
Oh yeah,
they have the safest jobs.
Oh yeah,
Shanahan ain't going anywhere.
No way, he likes it.
Ben McDonald from the Seahawks, he ain't going anywhere.
Yeah, he's had a great year.
Sean McVay's not going anywhere. Coach Jonathan Gannon will not be back in Arizona. It's time to start. There's got to be another guy out there. They've made no progress.
AZ, got it.
Okay, and then the last division.
Did you do Minnesota, Coach?
Yeah,
O'Connell?
He's staying, but the seat's getting hot. Seat's getting hot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, in the South, I think this last division we're going to go through. Raheem Morris was not coming back. He's going to get axed in Atlanta. They're still going to give Kellen Moore. He's only had 1 year. He's coming back. Canales is in Panthers. He's coming back.
Yeah, that's good.
That's a tough one. Bulls, can you save it? They've really made a huge improvement.
Bulls,
I think it was a collapse, Patrick. I think you characterize. I think the Buccaneers are the Colts of the NFC.
That was another disappointment season.
It's a big disappointment. So another asterisk. I'm going to say that he may not come back. I'm going to bet he's more likely out.
Okay, I'm going to put him down.
I got a huge coaching carousel this year.
Yeah, I was going to say you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I think I'm firing half the league, Pat.
You have 11 teams firing there.
Yeah, I don't think I'll hit that number, but I think I definitely covered them all.
All right. Okay. Well, I wrote them all down. We can follow along. All right. So Omar wants half the league fired. All right. Well, let's go to the other marquee game of the day. We had Philadelphia at Buffalo. Buffalo was scoreless into the third quarter. It was raining pretty hard.
I think in this game that these are the two teams they're like cross conference mirror. They mirror each other. Mm-hmm. You don't know what you are going to get with these guys.
Surprisingly, Buffalo and Philly are remarkably similar teams.
Yeah,
as far as the offense, the sputtering of offense, and in a game like today, Philly was the one that had all the offense. Although Buffalo had that chance, a missed extra point puts this game on its head by a lot here. So even though Josh Allen, he missed that critical throw, that was not great. The weather, the mixed extra point, I'm not ready to push the panic button on Buffalo yet. But if there's a home playoff game in Buffalo and there's weather again, what are we to expect? Josh Allen. I feel Josh Allen and the coaching staff is good enough to overcome it. So I'm not panicking on Buffalo as a one and done in the first round yet. What about you?
Pat, Josh Allen missed a wide open receiver in the back of the end zone. I'm worried.
You're worried, yeah. He didn't look like normal Superman Josh Allen in this game, too, even though he still had some good QB sneaks. Tom Brady had a lot of thoughts on gloves in this game. Did you listen to this game?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, he was talking about how you can't wear the plasticky gloves in the rain. You need leather gloves in the rain. And you're like, okay, that's a good point. 2 plays later, like there's a drop or a bobble. He's like, you see, I told you with the gloves. Like Tom Brady had a lot of gloves thoughts. And he talked about how he used to have a bunch of weather apps as a player because he had to always check the weather going into the game. So there was some good insight there. I'm with you. That last play will haunt Josh Allen because it was open, it was there, the wind was at his hands. And like with these big games and these big moments and these big quarterbacks, You get one shot. That's it.
That's
You
it.
don't get
That's it.
another down on a 2-point conversion. You don't
Oh,
get a fifth down.
and he may have tweaked something because he did not. There were a few times he scrambled and he just did not look the same.
Yeah, his scrambling was not Superman Josh Allen. It was regular person Josh Allen. Maybe it was Clark Kent Josh Allen. But I'm not panicking. I'm factoring the weather really messed these guys up in some way, and that's a Philly type of game. So I'm not panicking yet, but this is not the best.
I don't think Philly will come out of the NFC.
Yeah, and also, I mean, I'm not under any delusion. This is not the best Buffalo team we've seen in 3 years.
No, but again, with Josh Allen playing at the peak of his career, I'm just saying you're not going to get many of these years. Um, this is when your captain is at his peak. This is the
Hmm.
time. You know what I mean? This, and I just don't know if Buffalo has the talent around him
Yeah,
to
if
make
they
them.
have to go into any of those big teams, the Denvers of it,
Whoa, the Texans. I mean, what would the
what's going to happen?
Texans do
Yeah,
with him?
a
With a
defense that's just so awesome. Can the Bills handle that? No, I'm with you. I'm with you. I don't feel they're the favorite by far in any of these matchups. Okay, that was an interesting game. Here's some skippables. Arizona at Cincinnati.
No one
Nothing,
cared.
nothing important there. I really found there. Pittsburgh at Cleveland, probably the biggest disappointment of the day.
No.
Pittsburgh's playing for their playoff lives and they score 6 points. I didn't get that at all. And I have to say though, I never bought into Aaron Rodgers is fully back. I was like, he looks good for a lot of passes. He's playing really good. But I'm waiting for the Aaron Rodgers game where he scores 6 points. And it was today. It was fully
Right.
today. So disappointing in Pittsburgh. How about New Orleans secretly having a pretty good end of the season, having not getting into the playoffs? They beat Tennessee. I like New Orleans now. Like you said, I gotta give maybe that head coach should get coach of the year because he coached a team with Spencer Rattler. Maybe you should just get an award for that. You coach a team that had Spencer Rattler. Here's your medal. Jacksonville train keeps rolling. Indianapolis has folded the tent, but Jacksonville needed it. Indianapolis put up a fight. Phillip Rivers put up another fight, and they win. So
Very, very
Jacksonville, are
tough.
we sleeping on Jacksonville?
Philip Rivers was very grateful for his opportunity. Great retirement speech. He's done. He's not going to start next week. He got
Yeah,
3 games
don't
in.
start him. No need.
No need, and I'm just so glad that he got this opportunity. It was inspiring, and
I liked it. I like these last 3 weeks talking about
I like
Phillip
that. I
Rivers.
like that he called Howie Long out this morning, saying that Howie, I'm not fat. I have this. I just my rib protector's a lot bigger than usual.
That is true, but he looked kind of odd in his uniform. I think you'd have to admit that he's got like the big shoulder pads, the big rib protectors, and these skinny legs coming out of the jersey. Who did I text? Would I text you? Phillip Rivers has no butt. It's just straight legs coming out of his uniform. That was great. Great little storyline for 3 weeks there. And then we get the shot of his like 9 kids in the booth cheering him on. That was great. Great for the dads out there. Okay, Jacksonville. I asked, are we sleeping on Jacksonville? And then I just thought, like, we're never going to get the answer to this question until they play. I'm not confident in Jacksonville until I see a playoff win. I'm ready for that Trevor Lawrence that I know to come out. So I'm gonna wait and see on that one. I'm gonna check the bank balance on that one.
All right.
All right, New England absolutely killed the Jets. I tried to watch this on the plane.
Well, I have a New
It was
England
miserable.
AFC East champion, so
Champions.
first time since the Belichick era, so that's something special too.
And then Seattle.
I really like what Vrabel is doing. I believe he will win a championship at some point
It's
in New
looking like
England.
a great opportunity for it. You talked about no Mahomes, no Burrow this year. Lamar. Wait a second. Drake May out of the ashes.
Is he not developing into an all-pro caliber
They got a lot of
leader?
weapons too.
And it looks like his teammates are playing for him.
Definitely New England is a team that I think is the biggest question mark. Like, this team may be flawless. There may be nothing they can't do. Okay, then we move on to Seattle beats Carolina. Seattle had to have it. They did it. Carolina still in the hunt next week where they play Tampa Bay. New York Giants beat my hapless Raiders. The only thing good about this game really is if you're a Giants player, must be kind of cool to go to Las Vegas in December. Like, let's get out of New York. It's cold. Let's go to Vegas. Maybe we'll spend an extra day with the wife and kids and we'll go see a show. And we happen to win a football game too. So Giants probably going to have a nice weekend. Philadelphia, Buffalo, we talked about that. Dallas, Washington, these were the Saturday games. I didn't see a big need to watch that game. Detroit, Minnesota. Detroit just continuing to be disappointing this year.
They're eliminated.
Eliminated. And then Denver beats Kansas City, a Mahomes-less Kansas City, a potentially last game for Travis Kelce. I know this game was important. I didn't watch a lot of it. For some reason, I didn't.
I'd like to pick on two teams too. We're talking about parallels that are cross conference. It looks like a possibility that the Packers and the Chargers are going to be the bottom seed so they're in, but it looks like they're going to be the bottom seed. And I see a lot of similarities there too. Teams that I think there was a lot higher hopes for. But at the end of the day, they just didn't play great football, and I think we always were expecting this Jordan Love explosion, this Justin Herbert. Although I think Justin Herbert had a much better season. I think he did everything he possibly could. But it's a team with a lot of holes. So I think they're both squeaking into the playoffs, but I think they're not. They're just both, I think, disappointing teams.
Yeah, and we're going on a couple of seasons now of waiting for it with these two teams. You know what? I'm going to invent an award on the spot, and it's called the Billy Baldwin Award. And I'm going to give it to Justin Herbert and the Chargers and Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers. There was a few years where Billy Baldwin was an A-lister. Like, he was in a lot of movies, and we're like, oh, when's it going to blow up? Sliver wasn't that good of a movie. All right. When's it going to blow up? Wait, he's in Fair Game with Cindy Crawford? Is that a good movie? I don't know. Okay, supporting role is like, and that's what I'm going to give the Chargers and the Green Bay Packers. Are you guys A-listers or not? I need to see it. You guys need to do something. So you guys get Billy Baldwin as that. Although, I'm totally going to bet on one of these teams in the playoffs to win in the wild card round. I think they're good. They can be a good spoiler. So Houston beat the Chargers. Houston's defense just every single week looks unstoppable. They're just in Herbert's face the whole time. Luckily, Herbert is big and strong. Otherwise, I think they would have knocked out any other quarterback in the league. It was kind of a week where a lot of quarterbacks went out too. And in the last game Saturday night, great game, Baltimore at Green Bay, battle of the backup QBs. Baltimore. I kind of like Baltimore the last couple of weeks. They were doing a lot of things. I thought that Huntley looks like just mini Lamar out there. I don't know if there's a big dropout from Lamar to Huntley. So that was the Saturday night game. That was a good game. That was fun. A lot of offense. And that wraps up our football weekend, leading us into week 18 of the NFL. Yep. So pretty pumped, very excited.
I think adding to I think we should at least pick the three division games that are still up for debate. What do you think? I mean, of the divisions that have not been decided yet?
Yeah, what are the three? We got San Francisco, Seattle.
I'm going San Francisco.
Right. Okay. Baltimore, Pittsburgh. Right.
This is a tough one.
Oof. You brought this on yourself.
I am gonna have to go Baltimore on this one.
I'm in agreement with that. I really like Baltimore's defense.
I think Derrick Henry, what he did this last weekend to
amazing
Green Bay, I'm gonna go Derrick Henry. They found the formula how to win a game like that on the road. They did that.
Yeah.
In Green Bay.
Are they going on the road to Pittsburgh next week too?
Yes, it's in Pittsburgh.
God, everything tells me Derrick Henry, Tyrod Taylor look good, or not Tyrod Taylor. Huntley look good. Huntley looked good. Zay Flowers is good. And I'm like, wait a second. Is this Aaron Rodgers luring me into betting the Ravens. And all of a
Yeah.
sudden we have another Aaron Rodgers. Oh, wait, he threw for 3 touchdowns and ran one in. So that's the only thing that scares me is, by the way, these teams don't have great records for a reason.
So,
That
so
so
what
I'll
do
split
you?
it. I'll go against the grain and I'll go Pittsburgh against you on that one, just
All right.
because of
Are you? What are you doing for Seattle, San Francisco?
I'm gonna go San Francisco. They're at home. I don't hate the San Francisco defense like you do. I thought the Bears are awesome on offense, and I don't know anybody who can stop them right now. So the fact that they got the one stop when they
That
needed
that
it to
that
kick the
that
field
that,
goal,
that Caleb Williams play action. I mean, that's just such a. I
there
mean,
was a lot of plays too where he threw it. And I was like, he could have ran for 10 yards also.
yeah, exactly. And you just
hmm
think he's gonna rope it. You know what I
hmm
mean? And anyway,
One of the
okay,
teams I'm really excited to see their playoff run, to see
yeah,
what
yeah,
they can do.
absolutely. I'm gonna go you on that one. And then I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Panthers.
Yep, I'm with you on that. Tampa Bay's been so disappointing.
I think Tampa Bay is just gonna complete the collapse.
Yeah, right, right. Let's burn it all down.
let's,
Let's burn it
let's
like,
burn it.
hey,
Let's burn it.
every fourth down, we're going for it. It's
Yeah.
just know that going in. We're onside kicking every kickoff. Oh
It's
wait, you can't do that. But we're gonna onside. We're gonna go for it on fourth.
it's
We're going
over,
for it.
Pat.
We're going for two. We're like a high school in Texas. We don't punt. All right, those are good division picks. Three games where the division's on the line next week.
Dang, Pat. All right, so, but and
Interesting.
I'm thinking that the Jaguars will clinch the division.
Yeah, I agree. Jaguars are good. Can't wait to watch them. I love it. I love the end of.
But I still think Texans are the scariest team in the AFC.
Oh yeah, well we're gonna do our rankings and our comps for our playoff teams next week, so get ready for that. I would argue maybe week 18 is the best part of the season because you figure out the playoff schedule.
Keep it going. I'm still celebrating. I'm getting another beer.
All right, here's my argument for week 18 is the best part of the season because we finally get our playoff seeding. We know who's home, who's away, who snuck in, who's out, who blew their chances, who stepped up. And then we get our next month and a half planned of games. But on the flip side, if you've had a terrible season, if you've hated your team, now the season has come to a merciful end. And you can start what might be the second greatest part of the season, the off season. You can talk about drafting. You can talk about changing coaches. You can talk about free agents. So week
Patrick,
18 is just a great time.
In my history of the NFL book, I was telling you about one of the better lines I heard was, "There is no off season. There are just some weeks where we don't play."
That is true. That is true. I'm looking forward to the offseason. I can't wait. Should I buy a Fernando Mendoza Indiana jersey or should I just wait till he becomes a Raider? Should I go all in early?
Go. No, I think you got to wait till it becomes a Raider.
Okay.
You know, I think the Raiders are going to have some options. Can they maybe trade the pick away, knowing that Fernando Mendoza may still be available? You know, at a if the
Yeah.
Giants decide to, as they're saying, stick with Jackson Dart, which arguably. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting, but I think it's a safe bet. I do think at the end of the
Mhm.
day, Tom Brady does draft Fernando Mendoza.
Yeah, there's a lot of things up in the air the Raiders can do. Also, like you said, they can trade away that pick. I'm not ruling out that Joe Burrow wants to change his scenery.
And you don't think Tom Brady would do anything in his power to get Joe Burrow into Las Vegas if it's possible?
We got some real bargaining chips with this number one pick. It's
No, I think that Kyler Murray eventually is going to be in Minnesota or in Pittsburgh.
So yeah, you've been floating that Pittsburgh one for a while.
Yeah, there's gonna be some changes.
Oh, here's another semi-hot take, not worthy for the award, but it's semi-hot take. Hot take, if Pete Carroll does stay around, I say Russell Wilson is the Raiders' backup next year. I don't know who's going to be the starter, but Russell Wilson will be backing him up. That's my semi-take. That's like a medium. Call that a medium take.
You bring in Fernando Mendoza to the Raiders, and you also bring Jameis Winston, and you guys are going to be
Oh,
just
I love
fine.
that. I love it. Oh yeah, Jameis
You
Winston
draft,
is going to be somewhere.
you draft Mendoza and bring in Jameis.
All right, time for the awards, everybody. Week 17. We do them every week. By the way, Omar, our little channel picking up subscribers every single week now. So welcome everybody if you're new to the channel. So the awards, we give out awards every single week. This week, let's start it off with the most memorable moment of the week. I got two nominees. I got moments. I'm calling them just moments during Houston and the LA Chargers, where that game was really, really good and interesting. It was a defense versus offense, but it was only moments because I felt the Texans were largely in charge of that game. But I really like watching the D go against that Herbert offense. And then my other nominee is that last Buffalo drive was vintage NFL. You couldn't plan it any other way. It's like, hey, Buffalo, you've been bad all game. Oh, you missed an extra point? You can still get the ball. Here you go, last drive. And it lived up to it. So I got those two nominees for most memorable moment. What do you got?
Oh, my most notable was obviously the 49ers stop. Yeah, it's just for me, Patrick. Obviously, I guess this is one of the bigger regular season wins we've had in 49er history. That stop at the end on fourth down, on fourth and goal to seal the game. That was it.
Okay. I would have accepted Purdy dancing as a memorable moment. Or maybe that Purdy juke move that he did near the end zone, that one series. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay, good one. All right. Next award. Cringeworthy moment of the week. I got a broad one that I always get nervous on. I don't like. You know what play I don't like the most when it comes to offense? I don't like the wide receiver screen where they throw the ball to the receiver behind the line of scrimmage and they all try and block for him. Just makes me nervous. They always have to dodge the initial tackle just to get going forward. I don't like that wide receiver screen. Makes me uneasy, like someone's going to get injured or the ball's going to intercept. Every once in a while, the pass is actually a lateral. It's not a forward pass. Don't like it. I cringe every time there's one of those plays. What's your cringeworthy moment of the week?
My cringeworthy moment was I'm telling you, there were some throws that Shador Sanders made today against Pittsburgh. Patrick, it was bad. It was
Oh,
bad.
okay. Yeah. What was the Shador report today? I didn't get to see him.
Not good. The
How
Bears,
did they
I
score
mean,
13
I'm sorry,
points?
the Browns won, but it was despite Shador Sanders, it was bad. It was bad. He threw a ball, just a jump ball up in the air to Judy. Judy didn't come down with it. It was just intercepted. Another pick six that was dropped by the Steelers defender. Um, and not good. So it was
Mm.
Shador today. He was the cringe, and
I
he didn't have a
also I also get cringy whenever a defender drops an obvious pick and you're just like, oh, everybody's like, oh, and the defender does it. Like when you drop a pick that's just in your hands, that's cringeworthy too. That's pretty tough to see. I always hate seeing that. All right, next award. Best Innovation Award. I saw this on a couple of sidelines today. How about Best Innovation? The oxygen machine. You know, some players come to the sideline, they put the little surgical looking thing on their face and they get oxygen. Who invented that? Who had the idea of like, hey, let's have oxygen on the sidelines? Because the announcer would always used to talk about it, like when they played in Denver or something. They talk about the altitude, but then it just got on every single sideline. Like, that's a pretty good idea. And kind of in a world of like, there's testing for PEDs and steroids and nutrition. There's all these rules with nutrition. Oxygen still allowed.
okay.
So I went with the oxygen machine. Pretty cool innovation. And it's largely unchanged for 25 years.
Yeah, yeah, it has been. You're right, Pat. I'm gonna go though. With my innovation, I'm gonna go with flex scheduling, where after a slate of games, you could just say, okay, well, Niners Seahawks, you play Saturday night. I
Yeah,
think
I didn't know what that was initially. I was like, what do you mean unveiling it? We know I was like, oh, the actual times they're talking about. Yeah,
and
that
days
was,
apparently, because I remember a few years ago, weren't they all on Sunday morning or afternoon?
Yeah, there was one year where like everything was settled Sunday morning, like in the early games.
Right. So this is now different. They're gonna have two championship divisional games on Saturday.
Did the 49ers already know they were going to play on Saturday? Like, was there a chance you're like, oh, wait, I thought we were going to play on Sunday? Did they
No,
already know
no,
it was?
they knew they were playing, but they did not know they were playing Saturday.
Got it. Oh, okay. That's kind of a, well, I was going to say that's a flex. It's exactly a flex. Because, like, hey, all right, you played Sunday night. Now you're going to play Saturday.
But you know what? You know what you do though, Pat, is in the way you kind of use week eight. Look at the NFL mentality. In a way, you are using week 18 as a pre-playoff game weekend.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
know, and so in a way, when you really think about it, playoffs start next weekend.
Yeah. Well, now you're arguing my point. Week 18 is the best part of the season.
You have playoff games. You at this
Mm-hmm.
point you have, you know, it's kind of like the way the NCAA added those first four games. Although I think this is obviously on a much bigger level. But you know, now it is you're in the playoffs. You know,
Mm-hmm.
now you're in or you're out.
Well, that's
You
a good
know,
one. The flex schedule.
yeah. So I think that's one of my better innovations.
And also, well, I didn't look at the schedule, but I'm sure they scheduled for this. There's not going to be like two games that are important and you can kind of only watch one. I'm sure they space them out where you can watch the early and then the late has significance so we can catch them all. Flex schedule. Our next award, we've danced around it all show long, but now we're here. The Hot Take Award. I dug deep on this one. And my hot take for the week is I think Baker Mayfield gets in some sort of trouble in the offseason this year.
Oh, get out of here with that. Oh,
I I I think
have
he
faith
goes
in the guy.
really
Have faith in the
frustrated.
guy, Pat. What's the matter with you?
What are you talking about? It's a hot take. It's
All
called
right.
Yes and Carmona.
So, okay, my hot take is I think I already gave mine. I think half the league is getting fired. Half the
Yeah,
coaches.
you have 11 coaches fired.
Yeah. I,
Yeah. Well, I think Baker Mayfield's really frustrated with the second half of how this season went. They started off so well and everything just fell apart. He looks really unhappy. So I could say something like a hot Mike situation. Remember there was a Colts kicker named Mike Vanderjack a long time ago, and they were eliminated from the playoffs, and he kind of talked shit about Peyton Manning in an interview. So I think that's what's going to happen to Baker. He's going to kind of run his mouth a little bit in an interview or a podcast, and he's going to get in a little bit of trouble because I think he got really frustrated this year, and he was pissed off. He's going to vent. The man needs to vent somewhere. So that's my hot take. Baker Mayfield gets in trouble in the offseason.
okay.
Next award. See, I brought it full circle there. Casting Couch Award. I got one. Did you watch the Logan Paul fight last week?
Oh, Pat, yeah, let me give you the answer to that. I will never watch a Paul fight, a brother
Jeez.
fight. I'm not an MMA guy.
It was boxing.
Okay, it's all to me, Pat. We grew
Why do
up
you get so mad? I
we
don't know
grew
why you
up
get mad
and
at these things.
we cut the tail end, Patrick, of the golden years of boxing, I think, and it's never gonna be the same. I remember being at your grandpa's house and we were watching the we got the pay-per-view for the Tyson, you know, Tyson
Yeah,
fight, and
Tyson Holyfield
I
or
think I
Riddick
saw
Bowe.
Tyson Holyfield with you guys as well,
A
and
lot of De La Hoya in those days.
a lot of we did Cesar Chavez, Julio Cesar Chavez, and De La Hoya, Sweet Pea Whitaker. Um,
Yeah. Are you like me where, I mean, I like boxing too, but I was never that into boxing, but I can still probably rattle off 11 boxer names from
oh
the
yeah, yeah.
90s.
Now I can't.
Yeah, yeah. I nothing current. I don't know anything current, but I could rattle off names of like, oh yeah, that was Razor Riddick Bowe. That was Buster Douglas.
No,
That was
Buster Douglas,
Sweet Pea.
Lennox Lewis,
Lennox Lewis. That was Prince Nazim.
Foreman,
Remember that guy?
Frank Bruno,
Oh yeah, George Foreman,
obviously Tyson Holyfield,
Michael Moore.
Michael Moore, Pat. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and then you know, and then from when we were really little, you know, we were talking about Hagler, Sugar Ray.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was just a great time. Um,
That was a boxing heyday. Absolutely. We never got back to
but
that.
now it's just like it's everybody they may be fixed and I don't know, a lot of gambling going on and
Yeah,
you
we
know
don't have the cachet now
too
by
many
any
people could
stretch.
possibly be getting rich and we just don't know it yet.
Yeah. Canelo's a name. I've watched a few Canelo fights, and that Pacquiao Floyd Mayweather era was fun, but nowhere near the heights of what we had in those days. We were really spoiled by sports in the 90s. All right, so my casting couch award, piggyback off the Logan Paul fight slash publicity slash viewers slash extravaganza. I say Logan Paul should do this documentary where he attempts to go to every single playoff game in the NFL. So you could have private jets, helicopters. One game ends, he's on the roof of the stadium, helicopter to the next game. We could follow him around. We could go through the security tunnels. I could see him trying to make a PR something out of that, try and really sell that. And he goes, 12 playoff games in 2 days. And then that's a whole thing. So I'm going to go with that sort of weird reality publicity stunt. And Logan Paul could be at the front of that.
I don't like Logan Paul, Pat, so I'm not going to go that far with you. You can you
All right, great. I'm going to
I
send you a
want to
text and
see
it's called Yes and the definition of it.
I want to see a movie about kind of like The Rookie. Was it with Dennis Quaid? But it's going to be about Philip Rivers coming back for 3 games,
oh,
losing 3 games,
I
but
like this.
fighting
You're
to
back on
the.
my good side.
I'll be back. Or maybe does Disney pick this up? Does Netflix pick this up? Um,
We're talking
um,
movie or a series?
he's like, no, I don't know. Maybe a series where he's got to go because he goes to church still. Maybe he's got I gotta after church I gotta go. I got two a days. I don't know. Um,
hmm
but I think we could see a movie about everything that our friend Philip Rivers went through.
Any thoughts on who should play Philip Rivers?
Wow, wow, Pat. Um,
Trying to think myself. A couple popped in my head, but now they're too old.
can we do a John Krasinski?
That's not bad. I might want to see him a little more grizzled. I think he's too good looking. I need a few more lines on the forehead, but I like it. Maybe a little makeup, maybe a little costuming could make him just right. I like that. He's got the build. Like you need a veteran quarterback needs a little bit of a sloppy build, big shoulders, but not a lot of definition.
Right?
Not bad. That's good. That's pretty good. I think who
You
else
okay
I
with
was like,
that?
what about I don't know if he has the athletics, but what about a John Hamm?
That could also work too.
Too good looking? Not bad. Okay. I'll throw one more out there. Ben Affleck.
Ooh, I don't know.
Yeah, it's all going to come down to see if he can throw the ball and look credible for my casting. What about a title?
Ooh, maybe some sort of a word play on his name.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I was going to go with off the top of my head. What about the vet?
The vet. I kind of like that. The vet.
Okay. Pretty simple, but yeah, something off the name, a double entendre would be good. Yeah. Something like fourth and long. Could we go a football term?
Oh,
Out of the tunnel? What about graybeards?
okay. We got something to work with,
Okay.
Pat.
Working title. Oh, I like it though. I like this idea. The Philip Rivers story. what about it's just titled Nine Kids?
Nah, shit. That's something more to talk about.
We're not gonna do better than that. All right, next award. Best quote. I got one from Tom Brady today during the Buffalo game when they're gonna do a quarterback sneak. Tom Brady goes, offensive line, just get behind your I already messed it up. Get behind your big booty QB. He called Josh Allen a big booty QB.
Not good.
Tom Brady's kind of like an adult child sometimes.
Yeah, yeah. I don't
I thought
know.
that was funny. Good quote, Tom Brady. Big booty QB.
I'm not having it because on all the games I saw, I was at a restaurant or something. So I had no audio. It was a lot of just watching today.
Wow, your best quote might have been "More wings, please."
Yeah, that could have been it.
Is there any more ranch back there?
Ranch.
Somehow I've gotten on the algorithm where Instagram sends me all the NFL calls from announcers that are kind of vaguely pornographic. Have you heard
Ah,
this?
nice.
Where they say kind of like funny sexual things. They're like, he rides it, and he pulls out. I don't think I could ever get enough of them. I watch every single one till it ends. All right, that was the best quote. Next award, the Play Call Award. I went with yes, since we saw two hook and ladder plays today, that was a strong second place. But I went with mainly from the Baltimore Green Bay game Saturday night, doing a Lambeau leap as an away team. Did you notice
Ooh,
Baltimore was jumping into the stands because there was like one Baltimore fan, so they would jump to them, but then all the other Green Bay fans would attack them and push them out. And at one point, the camera got a perfect shot of a Green Bay fan giving the camera the finger, the
right.
double finger. So I thought that's a pretty bold move to jump into the crowd as an away team at Lambeau.
Now that is a pretty bold one.
That's my best play call. So on to you. Let's see what you got. Best play call award
That
for
that
week
that hook and
17.
ladder, that hook and ladder almost
Which
killed my
one?
49ers from the Bears. It was the best play call, and they almost scored.
I
That
definitely want to
was
see it again.
that was ballsy. So I think that was the best play call.
Yeah, the Buffalo one was pretty good too. What
Yeah.
they executed for I almost think like, man, every team should do that. Like it seems like when it's executed right, you're like, that seemed easy. So pretty good. The hook and ladder. Next award, or is our last award? Who won the week? I went with QB moves. All the moves from Purdy and Caleb today, I think won the week. Purdy stepping up, Purdy dodging defenders, Caleb jumping out of that one sack where the guy swiped at his legs and Caleb just jumped through his arms. And even there was the one sack that Purdy took where he looked back and the guy was like going to kill him and he ducked and he just kind of took a normal tackle instead of getting absolutely annihilated. So I went QB moves. Won the week for me.
I'm gonna go. Corporations that advertise, they basically get a pre-playoff week, which is actually a playoff week, and just more money for the league to take in on advertising, Pat.
Well, that's pretty big. Also, like since we had a Saturday night Baltimore Green Bay game on Peacock, it just served as a 3 hour commercial for San Francisco Bears tomorrow night right here. They must have ran that promo 50 times. And I was like, oh, right. Okay, I'll be there. And the next commercial, same thing. A lot of advertising. Big winners were the advertisers. Basically from here until Super Bowl Sunday. Wow, those were the awards, everyone. That leaves us with one game left, Omar. That's Monday night.
Wow.
Talking myself into this game because you might have noticed I didn't mention how my bets went this week. And that's because I didn't get a chance to bet. I couldn't bet. I was on the plane. I was out of state. You can't bet there. So the only game I have left to bet is Monday night. And that's Rams at Atlanta. And I think I already know what I'm going to bet. And I
Okay.
went deep.
What's the spread
I think it's 7.5.
for the Rams? Wow.
But I'm going to bet a player bet because there's
Oh,
very good odds on Puka Nakua to score 2 touchdowns. So I
ooh.
think I'm going to take that one. And I think I might take Atlanta with the points. I love home underdogs. That's what I'm thinking right now. What do you think? What should I bet for Monday night?
I'm gonna go with I would bet against your Puka, and I would go. He's gonna go under 2. Um,
Uh-huh.
but you're more than welcome to bet what your heart's telling you.
Is this
Uh,
a cakewalk for the Rams, do you think? Or is this going to be one of those ones where Atlanta like loses by 2 or something?
like I said, you obviously know that I have Raheem Morris as being on the hot seat. He needs to audition for the next gig, or
Kirk Cousins, by the way.
And Kirk Cousins. So I'm going to say that Atlanta covers.
Yeah. Oh, well, you are agreeing with me. I was thinking of taking Atlanta with the points.
Yeah, I like
Okay.
that.
All right. Okay, everybody. That was the Sunday Night Talk for week 17. I didn't think we'd ever get here, but here we are.
One more playoff week. We'll see Saturday, the 49ers. Patrick, you are in line to get the top pick in the NFL draft.
It's officially Mendoza watch time.
But is it clinched? Is it?
No, I think we still have to play next week because the Giants won today, obviously.
Is there anyone else?
I think it's Tennessee. Isn't it Tennessee?
Gosh, and they're gonna imagine they get 2 number 1 picks in a row. That shouldn't be fair. You can't do that. I think it's scripted. I think the Raiders are gonna get the number 1 pick.
I hope so. I'm looking forward to it.
So you want them to lose next week?
No, I can't in good conscience root for a loss. I can't do it. It's not right. It's not moral. But yeah,
then you
sure.
would risk not getting the number 1 pick, Pat. I mean, are you out of your mind?
To quote the great Herm Edwards, you play to win the game.
Yeah.
For me, Patrick Ramirez, for Omar Carmona, this was the Sunday Night Talk. Give it a like. Give it a subscribe. If you're new to the channel, Omar's hyped. I'm hyped too. See everybody next week. Omar, good night.
Go Niners.